Wikiland 85 here, and I'm going to be talking about Maryland. Maryland and the crossroads of a nation. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a wide aerial view of the Chesapeake Bay at dawn, mist clinging to the marshes, and osprey diving into the water. Long before Maryland had a name, the Chesapeake Bay was already ancient, a vast estuary teeming with life. The Piscataway and the Susquehannock peoples called it home, drawing strength from the rivers, the forest, and the tides. To them, the bay was more than water. It was lifeline, a sacred place of balance. In 1634, there was a bold experiment in freedom. When Cecil Calvert, Lord Baltimore, sought to build a colony, he dreamed of something radical, a place where Catholics and Protestants could live in peace. Maryland was born as a fragile experiment in tolerance. In 1649, Act of Toleration, though limited, was one of the first legal steps towards religious freedom in the New World. But its freedom was never simple. Maryland's soil was rich, and so came tobacco, and with it, enslaved Africans. For every promise of liberty, there was also bondage, a contradiction that would haunt the state for centuries. When the Revolution ignited, Maryland stood firm. At the Battle of Long Island, outnumbered and outgunned, the Maryland line fought with such courage that Washington himself called them saviors of the army. From that day, Maryland became known as the Old Line State, a name carved in blood and sacrifice. But loyalty was not simple. In the Civil War, Maryland stood at the crossroads of Union and Confederacy. Slavery remained legal here, even as the nations fractured. The state did not secede, yet its heart was torn into two. Neighbors turned to neighbors, and brothers fought on opposite sides. Maryland was America in a miniature, divided, yet enduring. Out of one night of fire came a song for the ages. In 1814, as British cannons rained down on Fort McHenry, a young lawyer named Francis Scott Key watched a flag still flying. His words, "Oh, say, can you see?" became an anthem of a nation, a song of resilience, and born on Maryland's shore. The Chesapeake Bay is not just water. It's Maryland's identity. Its oysters, crabs, and trade routes shape the lives of generations. From bustling Baltimore, once the third largest port in America, to quiet fishing villages, the bay gave life, culture, and pride, but it also gave a warning. Centuries of use have wounded its waters. To save the bay is to save Maryland's spirit. From Maryland's eastern shore rose a conductor of freedom, Harriet Tubman. Born into slavery, she escaped these fields and forests, only to return again and again, to risk her life, to guide others to freedom. She became known as Moses, leading her people through Maryland's shadow to the light of liberty. Her courage lit a path that still inspires the world. Baltimore rose as a city of grit and rhyme. Its port powered industry. Its neighbors birthed jazz, art, and poetry. From the beats of Cab Calloway to the words of Frederick Douglass, Baltimore's voice was fierce, proud, and unyielding. Maryland was no longer just a borderland. It was a culture heartbeat. Maryland became a land of vision. At Johns Hopkins, medicine redefined healing. At NASA's Goddard Space Center, rockets carried dreams into the cosmos. And from Baltimore came Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American justice on the Supreme Court, a son of Maryland who fought for equity. His voice reshaped the meaning of freedom itself. Maryland is a bridge between North and South, past and future, land and water. It is a state of contradictions, of struggles and triumphs. From the songs of Fort McHenry to the footsteps of Harriet Tubman, from the tide of the Chesapeake to the stars above. Maryland's story is America's story, a story of resilience, a story that rises, like the tide, again and again. Come back for more, and remember, like and subscribe.